Chalgrove, and today, guys, I made another anime review, as the review is to Fate Apocrypha episode 9, guys. Episode 9 of Fate Apocrypha. Now, I've got to mention this with Boku no Hero Academia. If you guys want to know why there's no episode review of Boku no Hero Academia out right now, because it's not released. Looks like it's not released. Like, as we guys know, it usually comes out during Saturday, Sunday times, where the episode usually comes out, but it looks like it did not, and I even checked with the reviewers who officially go on Crunchyroll, and paid anime websites, and they didn't review the next episode, and it looks like the next episode wasn't out today. It looks like it's one of those weeks where they take time off, like, for anime series that go over a season, like, for animes that came out during the season, for animes that came out during a season that's prior, like, it's a series that is a leftover from the previous season, usually for that season that they left after the leftover, during the season that they left part of a leftover from, I'm trying to get the proper words, during pretty much this time season, like, if they like I said, usually during like one point of the season that it didn't air, but it's still continuing, like pretty much during the leftovers part of the series, usually during that season they usually have a week or maybe 2 weeks off from airing. So they usually miss a week. They usually have a week off. So I take it that have some form of break or something. Like, I don't fully understand how it fully works, but I definitely know that they do have for anime series that usually have leftovers from the previous series. It's a leftover from the previous season. Usually at some point in the next season they have like a week off, so they can have a break or something, or reach the actual episode deadline. Like, it's a possibility because as it's a season, maybe they couldn't release the episode is because they had to release the episode during pretty much the last days of the pretty much the season. In other words, as of right now, we're in the summer season of anime, and of course, the anime you expect, and we know that the anime is going to end so they want the anime part of the deadline. They want the anime to end at the end of the summer season. So obviously they know, and looks like if they did release, like, I think I remember correct, right now we're, like I said, in Fate Apocrypha right now we're at episode 9, and if I remember correct, with Fate Apocrypha you're gonna have 12 to 13 episodes. I think I remember correct how many episodes we're gonna get for Fate Apocrypha, or maybe you might have leftovers, but from what I know, for the season, for this specific season, it's going to have 12 to 13 episodes, and we're at episode 9, so 4 episodes / 3 episodes to go. But with Boku no Hero Academia, if it actually because I remember correct, it did say it's going to have 24 episodes. It's going to say it's going to have 24 episodes. But the thing is, if it did release episode 23, episode 21 today, that means it would have had finished way earlier compared to, like, again, Fate Apocrypha or and also Love and Lies, as Korotayou show. It would have finished pretty much the same. I think a week before even the second to last episode, or the last episode of what those, like I said, the main anime that came out this season. So I feel like maybe that's the reason why they didn't bring out the episode. I think that's the reason why. I think that's the reason why some anime that are leftovers from previous seasons have a week off, or somewhat like that many weeks, like week or 2, 1 or 2 weeks off, so they can actually reach the proper deadline of when the anime actually supposed to end. So I think that's how it works. But anyway, let's get a review of main part of Fate Apocrypha. Now, during Fate Apocrypha, episode 9, we first got a chance to see the first little bit we see before the opening of the anime. We see Yugimiya, the Yugimiya guy, the main head of Yugimiya, how he stole the Greater Grail. Like, it looks like it was somewhere near the Maki house, or it was the Motto house, like, location, because, oh my god, Mercury. Mercury was fucking there, but like, Yugamiya killed Mercury, so we definitely know Mercury doesn't seem to be involved, because he got killed by Yugamiya when he took the Greater Grail, but that's pretty much a throwback to Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel. Yeah, he's in Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel for anybody who's watching this who don't even know much about Fate, but he's in Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel, so a bit of a spoiler there. But yeah, throwback from that, so that's interesting. But then after that, it just moves into the opening, and then we get a chance to see it, and it continues with the rest of it continues with the war that has been going on since the last episode. Oh, no, since episode 9, since episode 7? Like, the ending part of episode 7 started, or episode 6, I can't remember, I need to put episode 7 or 6, but it's one of those 2 episodes where the war started, and the main major battle between Red Faction and Black Faction started. Pretty much after the opening, the episode began. After the opening, we the continuation during the of that part of the war. Now, first part we saw is Charon versus Vlad the Bad or Vlad the Third, it's Dracula. Anybody who knows him, like, they said that fight looked quite interesting. Like, we didn't see them much, we saw like a quick fight for them, and that was quite interesting. Also, we also see the fight. We saw a fight between Charon and Vlad the Third. Vlad the Bad, so we see the fight between them, and it looked like they're going full out. Like, that fight looked very cool. I'm surprising how Vlad the Bad was doing, because Charon looked very OP, but surprising how well Vlad the Bad's doing. Like, it shows you why he's also king as well. So that's quite interesting how well he fights. Now, the next fight that actually gets my interest, because out of the I think 4 fights. Out of the 4 fights in this episode, this one was definitely the most interesting one. And it was Frankenstein versus Shiro Kutimine. Like, oh my god, that fight, like, it was an emotional fight. Their fight was more emotional than mostly, like I said, they do physical fighting, but during that physical fight, we've seen, like, flashbacks to Frankenstein's past, like, Frankenstein's monster's past, and, like I said, for anybody who doesn't fucking know the story of Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein is the freaking scientist, while Frankenstein's monster, of course, is the monster. So anybody who says Frankenstein's monster is Frankenstein, you're technically wrong. Like, you're not full wrong, because technically, as she is a monster that he created, or technically a human being he created himself, you can technically classify Frankenstein monster as his child. So in a way, and Frankenstein seems to be, actually, we call him Mr. Frankenstein, so obviously Frankenstein is his actually family name. It's not his full real name, it's not his given name, it's his family name. Looks like it. That's what I think Frankenstein is. But so you're not fully wrong if you called Frankenstein's monster Frankenstein, because technically, again, you can say she's technically the child of Frankenstein. So she gains the family name of Frankenstein. So I give some people benefit of the doubt, but technically, if you're talking about Frankenstein in general, you need to say Frankenstein for the scientist and Frankenstein's monster for the monster. But that's why if anybody who's calling Frankenstein's monster Frankenstein, I'm not going to commend you for that. Like, you're not fully wrong, but technicality, she's Frankenstein's monster, not Frankenstein. That's what I need to mention here. But during her fight against Shiro Kutimine, like I said, we see her flashbacks, and we already know that how much commended, like how on a bound she, like, how much she liked her old creator, her old master, pretty much how she deeply cared for her, you can technically say father or slash other interest, like, said her creator, like, she deeply cared for him, but some of the things she did, like, he saw her as a monster, he sees her as a failed creation, and he pretty much treated her like shit. He didn't even think about the feelings like a typical human. He acts like a fucking typical human, who, even though he's the one who created her, I feel like he does feel more guilt, like, but a typical human who sees something that's out of the ordinary, they usually be scared as fuck, and they fucking hate it for some fucking reason, like, it's normal human reaction, unfortunately, like, an ordinary human, if they see something that's abnormal, obviously they're gonna be scared and possibly turn to hatred for it, like, it's a normal human reaction, unfortunately, but, I feel like, like I said, I do feel he does, of course. How he also I don't think his reaction is purely just because he's a normal human, but also that he's a normal human who created this monster. So obviously of course, how he reacts to her is more not just for terrifying because of the human weakness, but also because of guilt that he created what he sees as a fucking monster, as a fucking failure, like something that should not be existed. Like that's how he sees Frankenstein's monster. But obviously, if you see Frankenstein's monster, she is definitely not like that. Like, oh yes, you can definitely see that she did maybe something or from the flashback, or possibility that he mistook for her doing those things, because it looks like what she did, what we see is that she gets accused for something that either she actually did do, but she didn't know it was wrong. Like I said, fully wrong, because forget, she's technically a newborn in some degree. She's technically a newborn, she didn't get, so obviously, and plus, again, not fully human, so he should have expected some form of reaction like this, but also, I got to say, but overall, she's like an innocent child, you could say, Frankenstein was, and Frankenstein's monster was, and just got to say, the way Frankenstein treated his creator, his creation, you know, it's technically his daughter, technically, like, the way he treated, calling her a failure, be like, you created a living being. No matter what, a living being will always have one guaranteed thing. A living creature will always have some form of feelings. Don't forget, enjoying this episode, even the homunculus, like, the homunculus that, Sig goes and saves, you can tell they have some form of feelings or personality there. So it means it's always guaranteed, no matter how dim or how hard to detect the personality or feelings there are, every living creature has some form of personality and a feeling inside of them. And obviously, Frankenstein monster will of course have them, and Frankenstein, he should have fucking thought about that, but no, he turned into a fucking asshole, like, treating like a freaking failure monster. And during, after the manipulation, after seeing, some form of vision, seeing, her old creator treating her nicely, just imagine, you're seeing something that you really wanted in your past, but that person never gave it to you, and, a feeling back towards you, because they usually call you a failure, but then suddenly, during a time when you should have been dead, but for some reason you got brought back to life, and then you see a vision of what your person you wanted to praise you for all this time, you see a vision of them actually being kind to you, obviously, because as you died because of what they actually did to you, you feel like, this is not them, or this is not the person, this is fake, you see her mentally getting tortured, and you see her trying to kill this vision of Frankenstein, and this is showing you why she is the berserker, not just because she's Frankenstein's monster, for example, monster is in her name, so in other words, it somewhat makes more, just from knowing that, you already know if she's gonna get summoned, obviously she's gonna get summoned to the berserker either way, but this is not the reason why she's in the berserker class. This is the reason why she's in the berserker class, because of how fucked up how she got treated by Frankenstein and made her get a fucked up mind. And that's what made her become the Berserker. Make her a Berserker. That's what makes her become the Berserker. And during the fight between Shiro Kutamine and during Frankenstein's monster, her master realizes that she was going through torture, like mental torture, and he said, "Go in berserk." And he didn't like seeing her going through that. So what he did, which is surprising, that actually does work, and he uses a command spell. He uses a command seal to order the Frankenstein monster to calm down. He orders her to calm down. I was skeptic about that actually working. Like, I knew it was a feeling. This is the feelings we're talking about. Like, we did get some. Like, don't forget, there was some in Fate Stay Night. We did get mentioned by Arch himself that there's some orders that the command spells can't fully command. Like, can't fully do. Like, cannot fully make you do. Like, again, obeying someone's orders, like complete order. Like Archer, when Rin commands him to follow her every order, that is not a full. That's not a full. She didn't. She found out that she wasted her command spells mainly because that order she gave him will not always be there, or it won't be fully effective. Also, it won't be. It doesn't have the full effect that she was expecting. Like, he still kept his will, you can say, like, because if you think about it, with that kind of order, if it did work, he would have lost his will. He would have lost his will. He would have lost his actual personality, because the only way someone would fully base someone's orders if they lost their personality, their feelings completely, or their freaking will. They lost their humanity completely. And that's the only way they become a freaking puppet. That's the only way they can become, well, able to get command to do every single order that the master orders them to do. So that's why I definitely know that feelings has something to do with it. But that's why I'm skeptic, like, how the command spell worked. Like, possibility that it doesn't neutralize it. It says he just tells Frankenstein to calm down. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it normally because she was that far gone in her berserk self. That means no matter what he would have done, if he did it normally, he wouldn't have snapped out of it. So, in a way, in a tactical situation, during the war, he did the right thing tactically. Emotionally, I feel like he could have done something better, but tactically, in a war situation, he did the right thing. And I'm still surprised that it worked, like, the way it did. Like, in a way, if it was gonna work, it worked. If I wasn't skeptic and it was gonna work, it worked in the way I was expecting it to work. But a bit skeptic that it actually did work, and that's why I feel like, okay, so he was able to control her feelings, like, through that. So that was something interesting to know. But like I said, the backstory we saw for Frankenstein's monster, I feel sorry for her. I just feel sorry for that she had to go through getting called, pretty much her own father calling her a failure creation. I feel sorry for her. Now, with Shiro Kutamine, goddamn, you do see his Kuritsugu, that Shiro side to him, but he's definitely showing his Kutamine side. He's showing his Kutamine side. His Kutamine side, like, he's a fucking badass. And during that, he uses the Noble Phantasm, like, sword that Caster created for him. And this sword, it seems like, we see one of the Noble Phantasm that Shakespeare has. Like, I was wondering what made him a caster, and I suspect it has something to do with his plays, that he writes stories and stuff in his plays. Like, that might has some connection to his reason why he's a character, and now this is the case. Like, technically what he says, like, I don't fully understand what he says, but the way he says, when Kira Kutamino, when Shiro Kutamino was activating his normal phantasm, like, sword, like, it looks like it was commanding, like, he was creating a story, he was making a play, he was creating a story, a legendary story, based on the sword that Shiro Kutamine had in his hand. So, it's a possibility that Shakespeare's novel Phantasm is able to make, you could say, his stories come into reality, or make, because like I said, most of what we heard from legends and stories actually come from Shakespeare's plays, like, poems and plays. Most of the legends we hear, today, come from Shakespeare's plays and stories. So, it makes logical sense, why his novel Phantasm is to create stories into reality, or makes a legend out of something. His novel Phantasm is to make something a legendary weapon. He can make it makes somewhat sense, because he made some legends, like, he made some legends. Okay, he made some stories based on legends, like, he made what some of these legends are today, like, we know from history and stuff. So, it makes logical sense why he has that noble Phantasm. So, that was quite interesting to know about. Now, with the situation with, Aurora and Assassin of Red. Now, Assassin of Red, like, the Red faction are definitely aiming to, some reason, like, get rid or stole Ruler. I don't know why they want to eliminate Ruler, or even stole her for some reason. Why they want to do it, I have no idea. Why they want to stole her or eliminate her, I'm still clueless. Like, Assassin definitely she definitely does look like she wants to kill her. Like, why she wants to kill her, I have still no idea. And we're still not, like, even Ruler says that, like, John the Arc freaking says that she has magical capabilities that are on par with a mage. Like, pretty much she says, how is she an assassin? How is she an assassin? Like, she pretty much says that. Like I said, she pretty much what everybody is thinking. How is Assassin of Red an assassin? Like, that was quite interesting. And yeah, and also another thing, like the Karen and Achilles fight. That fight, again, we see him. It's a quick fight. Wasn't much going on, but we see them starting having their fight. But yeah, and sorry guys, my mum wants me for something. But anyway, sorry for the couple. My mum wants me for something. But anyway, because I need to do the bin, so I have to do the rest of this part quickly. But then, like I said, the little fight between Achilles and Karen, that was quite short, and like I said, nothing going on there. The two most interesting fights were definitely Ruler, pretty much John of Arc versus Assassin of Red, and Frankenstein versus Shiro Kutamine. Now the other fight also actually happened. Like, there's a fifth fight, but it's not. I don't really classify it as a full fight. But Ash the Fold. Oh man, Ash the Fold. Like, Assassin blows him off his hippogriff. I fully confirmed it's a hippogriff. I looked at his body. It's a hippogriff. After she shot him down off his hippogriff, he fell to the ground, and then sooner or later, Mordred and her master came in driving a car, and they didn't run over, but they ran into her. Like, they didn't like make contact with the car, but she got out of the way. But I said they encountered Ash the Fold, and then pretty much you see the banter between. You see the little banter between Mordred and her master, like the little banter they have, especially that said, I'm a mage, I'm on the battlefield right now, so I have to leave. Like, how the little banter there was quite funny. And again, the little fight we see between them two, that it was quite interesting as well. But like I said, those, like I said, those three little fights, not that interesting, but definitely the fight between Frankenstein's monster and Shiro Kotomine, and the fight between Assassin of Red and John the Arc Ruler. Definitely good, and overall, I forgot to say the episode in general, animation looked freaking good. Oh man, the fights, they looked fucking brilliantly animated. Well done, A1, you did well with that animation at that point. That looked fucking good. And yeah, that's what I've got to say. Anyway guys, that's my anime review to Fate of Apocrypha episode 9 guys. I hope you guys like it, welcome to chat fans today. If you guys have my down below, my edge and yeah, hope you guys like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys! Wow.